So I'm going to have a quick rant about the ID cards, what British government are saying they're going to roll out to every working person within the United Kingdom so we can get a job. And the wrong people don't get jobs. Ain't that fantastic, people? This ID card is going to make it great. We can get jobs, we can go to work, we can pay the government insurance and tax, take a majority of his wage off us. Wow, it's going to be exciting. We're going to walk and look, can I see your SD card, Dave? Sure. Wow, look at mine. What a pile of rubbish, people. Wow, what a pile of rubbish. Do you seriously believe that? Do you seriously believe having an ID card is going to make it easier when you go get a job? Do you not have your national insurance number? Do you not have a driving licence, passport, birth certificate, photo ID? It's definitely me. And the thing, by giving these ID cards out to everybody at a legal age of working within the UK, is going to make it harder for illegal immigrants to work. Well, I'm sorry, government. Look who's employing illegal immigrants. Takeaways, e-bike men, whizzing around town centres and everywhere, delivering food. Why do you seriously think an ID card is going to solve all the issues because of this? Just because a couple of, just say 100,000 legal immigrants whizzing around the country on e-bikes and working in backstreet garages and, you know, car washes and takeaway shops and stuff like that. People employing legal immigrants to pay them cheaper wages. Why do you think it's going to make any difference? The slightest, by having this ID card. If I go for a job tomorrow, the first thing they're going to say is, have you got your national insurance number? So we can pay your tax to the government, you know, pay your tax, lad.
Digital ID's coming then, is it? Hate to say, oh, we told you so. But anyway, guess who's behind the invention of it? Only Tony Blair. He's wanted this for 30 years. Now, guess what? The company that is going to be making the Brit card, the founder of it is Tony Blair's son. Ewan, I think his name is. He runs a company, I think it's called Multiverse. It's worth £375 million or dollars, don't know. And yeah, they're the ones that are going to be building the Brit card. So that's where all the taxpayers' money is going to be filtered out to, isn't it? This isn't a knee-jerk reaction to what's happening in the channel. This isn't going to stop that. But they've manufactured something and now they're offering you the solution. And guess what? It's going to be the same as that NHS app or whatever it was. Remember, around about the time back in 2019, 2020, when they had that amazing app that never worked and cost billions. Well, this is going to be the same thing. But follow the money, see where it's all going to be filtering through to.
So I've just seen the stuff about digital IDs. Now, this was a thing that was spoken about and mentioned during COVID. Now, the person who stands to make millions of pounds from this is the man himself, Tony Blair. But I have one question, just one. If you guys don't oppose to this and gets rolled out to be mandatory, when will we fight? When will the anarchy rise? And I don't mean take your platballs to central London and shout. I mean like fight. We got to do what Nepal did. The government is no longer for the people. Anarchy, anarchy, anarchy.
Hi guys, just wanted to do a quick video about this digital ID. I'm not going to comply. Absolutely not. No way on this earth am I going to go with it. There is no way, like literally my driving licence is tagged, my insurance on my car, everything. They've got your passport tracking you, your driving licence tracking you, your supermarket apps tracking you, your bank. And I'm just saying, like, don't do it. Like, I said it years ago. I told everybody then, you know, cash is king. Keep spending cash. Stop using your card. Literally, get your wages. If they're paid in your bank, take them out. Take them out and pay with cash everywhere you go. Cash is king. If we give it up, that's it. They'll turn it all digital. We won't be able to get it back. And this is what they're trying to do now, this digital pass. You all remember what we went through years ago with the jab. We all started having that jab because they told us we had to have it. It was like life-threatening and you couldn't leave the country without it. You couldn't go to work without it. And that's how they tried to push it on us then and tried to do the digital pass. And now they're trying to do it now. Not in this house.
There is a lot about these digital IDs that I cannot understand, but if there's one thing that I really can't wrap my head around, it's the fact that you need a smartphone in order to get the ID. So if you're in a situation where you don't have a phone and you've got no money because you're out of work, you're looking for a job, you need the ID to get the job. What do you do? Because you need a smartphone. You need the job to give you money to buy the smartphone, but you can't get the job without having the smartphone. In that situation, is the government going to provide free smartphones? Because that's going to piss a lot of people off who already have a smartphone that they paid for, or these people that struggled with depression and mental health issues, so they got rid of the smartphone, they downgraded to a regular phone that just takes calls, texts, and they can set an alarm on. We're now going to have to get a smartphone anyway.
So they want us to get digital ID in the UK to take away your privacy completely. And I speak for a lot of people when I say, no thanks, fuck off.
So the Prime Minister wants to introduce an ID card for us here in the UK. What I don't get my head around is I've got a birth certificate, a passport, a driving licence, a bank card. I'm on the electoral roll. Why?
Digital IDs. So did you know that the government have been trying to push digital IDs for about 25 years now, so this isn't a new concept, and to date they've already spent 4.6 billion researching, trying to develop new ways to launch this, and we are set to spend another 1.2 to 1.6 billion of public funds to launch something yet again that the people do not want. So it's time that we all stand up and be counted. You know, we should have marches going off every single week through London. I'm sure that I will probably get in trouble for making this post, but how much of our money is going to be wasted on initiatives that we don't actually want, that actually will not benefit us? You know, they'll use this immigration crisis as an excuse, but realistically, will that stop anything? No, it won't. So let's get our voices heard. I know I looked at the petition that's gone out, and over 1.5 million had signed it last time I looked last night. I don't know what that number's on today, but we need more than just a petition, guys. We need actual action. So who is, you know, what's the plan? What are we going to do?
So I just had a thought with all this stuff about digital ID cards, which is a complete load of pants. Just in the future then, if when they implement these digital ID cards, which is your right, proves your right to work, I have a technical question, which I would ask Keir Starmer if he knew the answer. So the question is, I am an employee of my own business or two businesses. So A, do I now have to check myself whether I've got a digital ID to be able to work for my company times two? And if so, do I have to do it for both companies? Who knows? Complete madness.
So what do you do for a living? My best, Tom. I do my best, okay? That's what I do.
Did you know that Britain's new digital ID system could track your food, your money, and even your freedom to travel? The government are saying that they're doing this for your convenience, your safety, but the harsh reality is it's the start of a social credit system where every decision that you make is tracked, and this report will decide how much freedom you are allowed to have. This has absolutely nothing to do with helping immigration. Countries like Germany already have a similar ID system in place, and they have the same problems. The government know that this is a breach of our freedom, and that's why this has not been passed, or this is why the government have never actually gone through with this. If we sit back and let this happen, we will have the same social credit score as they have in China. So unless you want the government to control your life with a social credit system, we have to stand up and say enough is enough. Refuse to get it. Tell your family, your friends, your loved ones to do the same. They cannot force everyone. If we stand together, we stick together, we raise our voices, and don't just sit back and let this happen, we can stop this. But we cannot do what we typically do in England and just allow the government to fuck our country. Stand together, make some noise, spread this message, and do not let our beautiful country crumble because we didn't have a backbone as a country and do what we knew was right. I don't ever really make videos about politics. I think they're all wankers, but enough is enough. We cannot allow this.
The UK government is forcing a mandatory digital ID on its population, and they're pretending it's for safety. I'm about to expose them. And before I continue, I'd like to make something very clear. This is not a left versus a right issue. This is a government versus the people issue. That's a very important distinction to make. So with that said, the Brit card, an idea initially proposed by Tony Blair, now being carried out by Keir Starmer, is effectively an all-encompassing digital ID. It will initially only store your passport, national insurance number, and other basic information. But what this really is the framework for full totalitarian control. And here are the two huge negatives that you need to be aware of. The first is that having all of your information stored in one centralized database makes you significantly more susceptible to life-changing data breaches and hacks. After all, this new announcement is a hacker's dream. Imagine waking up today as a hacker, and rather than having to obtain physical copies of identification, keys, passwords, back-end loopholes, and coding to find every detail about someone, it's now all going to be located in the same place. And for those who still don't understand, I'll make it clearer. It's like Voldemort voluntarily carrying around his Horcruxes with him and saying, come and get me, everything's in one place now. It defeats the purpose. The second and worst huge negative is that as it stands, the government already has access to all of the IDs they're claiming are going to be mandatory on the Brit card. So the question must be asked, why is it necessary in the first place? Keir Starmer wants to have you believe that it will magically end illegal immigration overnight. This is a lie. What it really is a gateway legislation to securing more of your data in the future. After they've got your personal and medical data in one place, it won't be long before they start demanding your financial data as well. They'll demand your bank details and credit card information all be added to the same ID, from which they'll be able to dictate everything you do, what you spend your money on, where you travel to, who you see, what content you watch. The list is endless as long as they have control over your spending. And this will all become progressively worse with the introduction of the Britcoin, the proposed digital currency.
Why is the UK government in favour of digital ID? To talk about that, we'd have to talk about two things. We'd have to talk about Labour Together and the Tony Blair Institute. Why is that important? Because the lady who wrote the white paper favouring digital ID, a Kirsty Innes, used to work for the Tony Blair Institute, but she put that paper out through Labour Together. Now, Labour Together has received funding from millionaire businessmen like Trevor Chin and Martin Taylor, men who've made money in anything from private equity to investing in private healthcare. And beyond that, you'd also have to talk about the way in which the Tony Blair Institute has received over £200 million from billionaires like Larry Ellison, who founded Oracle. Now, Oracle works with several governments worldwide to introduce digital ID systems. The government says that this could help reduce illegal immigration. But whether it's in Germany or France, anywhere where you might find national identification systems, shadow working, illegal quote-unquote working, still exists.
So let's talk digital IDs. Now, as you all know, they want us to all sign up for this digital ID. And if you don't sign up for it, you can't work. Now, a lot of people are wondering, well, what's the problem with signing up for digital ID? The moment we sign up for digital ID, we're effed. Finished. That is us giving full control to the government and elites. Now, our passports are digital IDs. How many of you guys knew that our passports have chips in them? Our passports have chips. That's digital ID. But this ID is different because this digital ID that they want us to have will be linked to your bank accounts, to your social security or your national insurance, wherever you are, in whatever country you're in. It will be linked to everything.
Hello everybody, here's some news for you. The company that's been awarded the contract for the digital IDs is no other than Ewan Blair, who's the son of Tony Blair. So it's so steeped in mire and mud, and all the people at the top are just feeding each other.
You need to say no. We need to say no to this. We cannot go through this as a society. This is ridiculous. Problem is, people are so happy with following what everyone else is doing. But if we all decide not to do it, then it won't happen. I don't want to make this as a conspiracy theory page, but fuck it. We need to stop listening to the government because they're full of shit.
Hello there, I'm calling on behalf of the British public. I was wondering if there's any way you could track us more. Yeah, I feel like as a country we're not monitored enough, so I thought it would be pretty cool if you could find an additional way of keeping tabs on us under the guise of national security. You can? Oh, that's fantastic. Digital IDs, is it? Yeah, it sounds great. I mean, it's a good start. I actually don't think that's far enough, if you ask me. I think we should staple AirTags to people's foreskins. It'd be good to give Apple some extra money and all, wouldn't it? Just the IDs for now, yeah? You're focusing on smashing the gangs. Do I think it will work? I should imagine so. I mean, you killed it with the whole locking down the porn thing, didn't you? There's no way around that, is there? Yeah, unless you got VPN or fake ID. So now it's time to apply that exact same model to our borders. So what are we thinking? Exactly the same political policies, but instead of a paper passport, just digital IDs? Good, yeah, because that's what I was thinking. If we have exactly the same level of border control and checks, but just different types of IDs, that will smash the gangs, wouldn't it? No, I'm not being sarcastic. This is progress. Okay, so we won't need passports anymore. We will still need... Okay, So we'll have 2 IDs. Yeah, I guess it would be 3 if you're driving, wouldn't it? No complaints here, mate. I love that. I'm all in. Change absolutely nothing, but just add some extra red tape for all the people that live here anyway. And ideally a fee. Yeah, charge us for it. That'd be sick. Well, I tell you what, mate, that is one hell of a plan, and I can't wait to pay for it. Cheers.
Yes, they're bringing digital IDs to the UK. They can finally track me in my face than hiding it with the gazillion cameras that we have. Oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm just so happy because it's like there's so many criminals, but let's let them get out and let's take us instead. Oh my God, it's a genius idea.
What is your man Starmer doing? Because we're not fried. We're scrambled. All adults over the age of 18 to have digital ID. Seriously, do you know how finished we're going to be? We will not be able to do anything without the government having some form of little insight into what's going on. You see that hair business you got that you're telling people to send £50 hair and then pay the rest in cash? Scrapped. Because guess what? Once we have digital ID, that's going to link to our finances as well. You think you're going to be able to get a house, yeah, by now just doing cash in hand. No. They want all of your digital monies to be verified through the scheme. And if you're not eligible, they're going to knock points off. And you guys might sit there and say, oh, this is great. No, it's not. This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Now they want to give you a digital ID, but all we really want is to be free. But digital freedom just won't cut it, because we can't trust these hand-picked puppets. Fuck it, let's get down to brass tacks. There's a caste system in Britain called social class. They keep the poorest fed just enough, so we won't wake up and call their bluff. The media feed you sensationalism to make you justify racism. In the meantime, billionaires beg you dry and keeping fighting at an all-time high, to the point where they're placing their bets on which civil war resets the entire security system. Digital ID in a corporate prison. It's all about